Hi guys, welcome to Back on Trail. If you've been following my channel, you know that in the end of this year I'm planning into doing a kayak trip from the source of Ping River in northern Thailand and all the way down to Bangkok. And every chance I get to do some recon in relation to that trip, I really go to take it. And I've just got the opportunity to go and do some 20-25 kilometers of hike along the Ping River on the very northern part of Thailand. It's not exactly all the way to the spring site, but I think we are starting out just about 10 kilometers south of that. So that's a great opportunity for me to go see how it looks like and what kind of kayak am I going to need at that time, and is it at all possible to do the kayaking. A guy did it back in the 80s and wrote a book about it, but ever since then nobody seems to have done it before, and a lot of things has happened later on. Anyway, it is an opportunity for me to share with you what kind of gear I bring with me when I'm going out on my hikes. And I really like to go lightweight. If we're looking back in my young days, back in military days for instance, then 40, 50 or 60 pound of gear was not really a big problem. Today, honestly, it is, and it's not a pleasure either. So I'd like to keep the gear that I need specifically for my camping trip to be below 20 pound. That's where I want to go. And obviously, the same moment you start carrying things with you, you are passing the threshold of survival to luxury. And then it all really comes down to what kind of luxury do you want and how much do you want to suffer to bring that luxury. And this is what balances out for me. I'm willing to carry this and it will still bring me the luxury I need whenever I do the camping. So I like to carry it with me. Gregory Pack, as you've probably seen here. I don't know how many liters it is, but it's a good, handy, fairly small pack, but really contains everything I need. I think it's about 45 kilos, 45 liters anyway. The reason why I like a small bag like this is because the smaller the bag is, with the possibilities through molly straps and other things to attach it on the outside, the lighter the combination will be, because the bag itself, just this bag here, is 1,300 grams. And we're talking about 2.5 pound, 3 pound bag. So even before I start stuffing anything into my bag, I already am at about 3 pound. Now, before I get into what I bring with me, this is literally all I need. Excluding water, I bring 2.5 liters bottles of water with me, but I bring water purification so I on the trip can purify as I go. But this is food, shelter, everything, and we are at 8 kilo. We are down to 8 kilo, minus the water and minus the camera equipment that I need to bring along in order to share this with you. So this is the bag that I bring it with. If we go a little bit backwards, then this bag here, that contains a t-shirt, underwear, a pair of trousers, and some single-use towels in order to clean myself up once I'm back. One thing I really like when I've been out on these trips, where the hygiene level obviously is not as when you're home, it's good to have a spare set of clothes, which is just and only for the trip going back home again. So that is this bag on its side. So it comes in the bottom of my bag. On the trip, for the shelter, I will be bringing my Hennessy Hammock. I've got my Hennessy Hammock here with the straps and everything. And it has normally a rain fly for it, which is lightweight, and it's triangular so that it fits exactly how you're sleeping in the hammock. Problem is, it doesn't really cover you very well if it's really pouring down. And we are in the thunderstorms, the tropical thunderstorm time, so I prefer really to have a good shelter. And that's why I bring my 3x3 DD tarp. It also doubles as a solution for other things. If you need a temporary shelter, you can use that, while the tarp that comes with the Hennessy Hammock really doesn't use for anything but just for the hammock. Then I bring a small, it's very easy to compact, it's a down blanket. And this down blanket here is just a kind of a safety thing, because we do reach about 20 degrees in the nighttime. And though that does not sound very cold, if you got a bit of a breeze in the hammock, it can be a little bit too cold. So just for safety it is, but normally if it's too hot, I'll just use it as a pillow. Very lightweight. Then I've got a spare t-shirt, spare underwear, and a bit of toiletries in here, because on the daytime you'll be sweating a lot, and once you get to camp, it's important to have something dry to dress up in. And I like to do that and then hang the rest of the day's clothes up for drying during the night. And a few tent pegs. Then I've got a small first aid kit. I can go through that first aid kit if it has interest, but this is the first aid kit I also use when I'm going trail running. Then I've got my water purification, which is basically just the platypus water purification gravity filter, but instead of using the gravity filter that they have, I use the Soya mini filter. It is slower, but it's more efficient, and it seems to work perfectly. I bring food, which is just my titanium cup here, and I've got some cleaning utensils here. I've got a small gas canister, and I got fire steel, obviously, so we're guaranteed to start the fire. I got a plastic mug, gotta have that. I just hate to drink out of these aluminium mugs here. And I got my mini burner. Then I have got my food and my supplements, so whatever I need here, that's rice and energy drinks and energy bars and all that. I can go through specifically what I bring for food on a trip like this if you're interested. I bring my trusted lead Lenser MH10, a simple lamp just for my hammock, and then I have my folding saw, my SRK from Cold Steel, and a branch cutter. So this basically means that I have everything I need for the hiking, I have everything for the camping, I have everything for the cooking, and I have what I need when I come back home to clean up and not be too disgusting being with other people on my way back. And this all adds up to 8 kilos. There's a separate issue, and that is all the camera gear. But I'll make a separate video to show you what kind of gear I have to bring with me in order to share this with you guys. But just as an inspiration for everybody else who are looking into doing hiking, what kind of stuff is needed, what kind of things do you want. This is obviously my set, it's not chiseled in stone. I do make changes every single time I'm out on a trip, but on this particular trip where we are expecting heavy rain and we're expecting fairly hot temperatures, this is what I would bring. All right, until next time, stay curious.